Hey guys, so as you guys saw on the thumbnail, there it is, the 2004 SVT Lightning that used to be here in the shop 4 years ago. This truck has 8,333 miles around that area, and we did the build on this one like 4 years ago. So ever since this left the shop, the owner has put 300 miles on it. So show you guys a little walk around on this truck and what we're gonna do to it. So here it is, guys. Has a custom hood with the carbon fiber inserts, original paint. This thing is mint conditions, guys. This thing is really nice. Brought it to the house to work on it out here at the house. The shop is full of vehicles right now, but interior is just 10 out of 10. Let me get the keys so you guys can see the miles on it. So there it is, guys. 8,338 miles. So it is practically brand spanking new. And you might notice the bumper's not on. Well, the bumper's getting painted because it got scratched on the bottom whenever they were loading it up on the trailer. So they took that off. But has a big fluid 9 heat exchanger that we did on it. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did the whole full build on this truck. Has a built motor, port and polish heads, cams, triple 40 fuel pump system, the kenne bell. This used to be my kenne bell, brand new. I sold it to the owner and then we installed this. But right now I'm gonna do a little tune-up on it, guys. I'm gonna check the throttle cable. Has some issues on it, and I found one of the issues. You guys could see it's tied up on the side. Well, the original cable, it's too long, and they did a pull and the throttle body stayed open. So somebody wrapped it up here, did some messy work on it, but we're gonna fix that, guys. I'm gonna remove the kenne bell. I'm gonna fix the little heater pass line, tube line that goes from the water pump towards the heater in the back. So I'm gonna replace that because that's leaking, the little seal, but I'm gonna replace everything new on it. I'm gonna do new spark plugs, remove the blower, of course, route the catch cans, also get the new cable for it, new throttle cable on it. I'm gonna put a different coolant tank, an aluminum tank. I'll show you guys that here in just a bit. Alrighty, guys, so he's gonna be adding this new coolant reservoir tank. That's gonna go here on this side. It goes like this. So that's where it's gonna go. Look at the cap, the aluminum cap. Just look at this aluminum cap. He waited about 4 to 5 months to get this in. These are rare to come by. And this cap just goes over this. It has the little grooves on it, as you guys could see. That's where it's gonna sit from JLP Racing, but it took 4 months to get this in, guys. So, I mean, it's gonna look pretty good. Like I said, we're just gonna double check everything. Truck runs really fine. Runs on E85, made great power. It's running 17 pounds of boost. But we're gonna reduce some hoses. We had a little issue here. There's a little idle issue, if you guys could see that. It's cut, so we're gonna fix that. But everything else should be fine. Start taking everything apart, guys. Starting up by the throttle body, a colder intake, and then work my way down so we can get this big old kenne bell out. So stay with me, guys. So we're about to pull the kenne bell out. Hopefully I could get this thing, because this thing's fucking heavy. It is heavy, but we don't want to scratch it, so we got some fiber claws on top of it. It's a massive blower. Alrighty, guys, so we got the kenne bell supercharger off the truck. We'll start by taking off the turkey band, removing the fuel rails, all the bolts in the back, some of the hoses, and draining some coolant out. But this is where I'm at right now, guys. Couple of work, but we'll get it done. Alrighty, so the turkey pan just came off, and a couple of coolant that went in there. Gotta clean every cylinder, vacuum all that out. But we're gonna be replacing this hose right here, this metal hose. That's for the heater core that goes inside the cab. But threw some coolant whenever I removed the thermostat housing. We're also going to replace the head temperature sensor also. And this one once we're here, but this is where we're at. I mean, it's pretty damn clean, but I'm still gonna clean it again, take it apart, clean it, make it look nice. Okay guys, so I'm gonna call it a night. It's kind of late, not late, but I mean, it's already nighttime. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here, so we're gonna replace the sensor on the bottom, the head sensor for the temperature. And then we'll do the spark plugs tomorrow. We'll get the camera in every spark plug. We'll check every valve, every spark plug cylinder inside. I'll show you some pictures of that in video, guys. But stay tuned for tomorrow. Alrighty guys, we're back. So I had to wait 6 days because I ordered that heater hose line, the one that goes from the back of the water pump to the heater hose inside the cab. Ordered that one, came in wrong. Had to wait another 3 days to come in. So I'll show you guys where I'm at. Alrighty guys, so here's where I'm at. I already put the gaskets, the sensors, the knock sensor, the new pipe, as you guys can see, is there in the back. That's the new one. So I'm about to put all the bolts on the turkey pan, and once I get this bolt on, I'll put the injectors, set everything ready just to sit down the kenne bell on top. Alright guys, so I had to go pick up a brand new thermostat 160. You guys could see there. This one looks a little bit beat up already, so changing that. Also the gasket. Also went to pick up some vacuum lines for the truck, replace the ones that it had. But this is where we're at. Just gotta connect this one, and we'll set the blower on top. Ready guys, so we're gonna be going out with the old, it's pretty damn dirty, as you guys could see, and we're going in with the new one, aluminum. This thing's gonna look really nice, so I want to place it up in there. Back in a bit. So we got everything bolted on already. Got the gasket for the supercharger between turkey pan, heat exchanger, intercooler, whatever you guys want to call it. So we're gonna set the kenne bell on top, and hopefully you guys see what I did to the kenne bell. I did this on my own. Nothing that the owner asked for, but ever since I had that kenne bell, I want to do the same. So let's put this thing on so you guys see a difference. This thing's kind of heavy. Going a little bit slowly. Set it up on that guide. We should be dialed in right about there. So you guys could see, polished the bottom part of the supercharger, also the front, but it's kind of dirty. I need to clean it, so I did polish that. Also where it says kenne bell, and a little trim aluminum piece there too. I put the bolts on, get it on. Alrighty guys, so I got the truck running already. Checked all the fluids, checked the fuel pressure, make sure there's no leaks on the fuel lines. Also got the pump working already, got the air out of the pump, so it's flowing pretty damn good. I'm gonna have to fill it up with more coolant. We're also gonna wait until our coolant starts, our thermostat opens up, it starts going through the system. But so far we're good. We fixed the issue that it had. The temperature sensor for the engine wasn't working, and it was throwing the code that the truck was hot, and neither the original gauge was working. Now it's working. We're also checking it over here. We're at 167, 162, so thermostat should be coming in a little bit, but everything seems good so far. Now that all that's left to do is just change the oil, but I just wanted to get everything running, make sure everything's running perfect. Fuel pressure, no leaks, no vacuum leaks. I fixed some of the vacuum leaks as well. So it looks really good. That's polished. Supercharger on the bottom. I also fixed the throttle cable on it. This thing is lovely, man. I love it. Alright guys, so a little backstory on this truck. The owner had used this truck maybe, I don't know, 300 miles on it, right? He put 300 miles on it. That's how he said before. And he had called me whenever they brought the truck in. He's like, hey man, I had this issue. I did a wide open pull and the throttle stayed open, wide open. Had to put it in, turn it off and put it in neutral. And he's like, can you fix that issue? I was like, yeah, sure. I'll check everything, go through everything and fix it up, right? I went out for a spin. Had some room on the highway just in case something might happen or happens, you know? Gotta be cautious first. I stepped on it. Throttle felt kind of hard and then it just went wide open. As I took my foot off the throttle, that thing was going wide open. That's when I said, you know what, we got an issue right here. I put my foot on back of the throttle and try to bring it back up. It was stuck down all the way down. I couldn't bring it back up. Turned off the truck, put it in neutral. Kind of had me shaking for a little bit because, come on, man. I mean, the owner told us to test this truck out. I wasn't expecting that. As much as, you know, once it happens, you're like, fuck. It's the second time it happens. First time it happened was on this one on the quarter mile whenever it was a Supercharge. But it got that thing to stop. But came back home, checked everything again. That's my little buddy Diego on his KX 125 two-stroke Kawasaki. But as I was saying, came back home, checked everything, went over everything, called him, told him what had happened. He's like, dude, same shit happened to me. I couldn't figure it out. So this thing almost fucking killed me. I fixed the cable. It had some slack on it. I fixed the extra slack that it had. I mean, throttle body works good. This thing gets stuck open. I took everything out whenever I did the kenne bell. Everything works good. The cable's good. It's not burned through. I was like, okay. I mean, I turned it on. I was revving it here. Fine. Everything was fine. Came back home. Went over everything again, guys. I did the test. Nothing got stuck. I'll even prove it to you guys here in just a bit so you guys could see that. Nothing gets stuck. You guys can see the throttle. Look. Full throttle. Off, on, off, on. Alright? Alrighty, but as soon as I closed the hood, it started hitting. Guess where it hit? Right about there. So as the throttle comes back, you guys can see there's paint. It was hitting here, that's why it was hard, and then you pushed it in and it stayed stuck in here. Wide open throttle. So this is a carbon fiber hood, a fiberglass hood. So it was put together, if you guys could see. It's all custom, super light because of this beautiful carbon fiber right here. So I talked to the owner, see what he wants to do, because I mean, you could cut it in there, cut a little slab, get some custom spacers so we can push this forward. But we'll see what he says. I already contacted him. He's just gonna think about it. But for the meantime, we're gonna remove the hood. I'm gonna wait till Mando gets here and we're gonna go test this truck out, guys. So we're gonna do some wide open pulls on it. Alrighty, guys, so we're gonna go out, do some pulls. The owner gave us permission, so we're okay to do some pulls. It's gonna be the first time since they dynoed this truck 4 years ago that we're gonna do some pulls on it. The owner did one and, you know, throttle got stuck. Hopefully we fix that. Well, we'll be right here in front and we'll be back in a bit. So we're gonna test it out. First hit. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, we did those hits. Truck feels pretty damn good. It was on that first pull, I think it was a 40 something. I punched it in by itself, let her downshift, and it was spinning, guys. I mean, you could see it spins and then it shifts again and it spins and it locks up and it kind of brings the truck down and it pulls again. Then I let off. We did another 40 some pull. I shifted into second. I pressed on it. Before that I did a burnout. Then I rolled into it, did a full pull on it, and that thing was spinning. It was just leaving the 11 marks all the way from second to third, and then it catches up on top. It feels pretty good. Something I did see that it does need more tuning. The timing's way down on it, as the owner told me. Timing's down on the truck, but it runs pretty damn good for what it is. Air to fuel was on point. 11.5 12, 11.5 12, around through that pool. I did try a 25 row and it was just it couldn't hook. It just went sideways. So if you guys could see on the pulls, like I was doing this with the steering wheel because the truck was just kind of sliding from the back and just leaving the marks. But man, overall I loved it. I mean, it's a badass truck for what it is, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, man.